Hello, Earthlings. I am the greatest and the only Emperor of the universe. Consider yourselves conquered. I have hacked into all of your satellites, and my voice can be heard in any electronic device that uses them, and can project sound in 1,000 different languages. Your political and military leaders have all been assassinated and replaced by my own. Even though my control of Earth is weakened because of the shield erected around the planet by Kim O'Kayem, don't think I couldn't blow up your civilization to ashes at any moment. However, if the vast majority of you choose to obey me willingly, your civilization will see an age of plenty and technological achievements you haven't even dreamed of. Now let's get down to business. As I already hinted earlier, this planet is special in that I haven't been able to bombard it from orbit, but had to do things the hard way. Furthermore... typos. Furthermore, my arch-nemesis Bellylord Kim O'Kayem has the technology to listen to your transmissions. Therefore, I have also built sort of a Faraday cage around Earth. And my crew aboard the Devastator is working hard to maintain an illusion that everything is normal here. The reason Kim O'Kayem is protecting this place and I've gone to such lengths to conceal my presence here is because Kim O'Kayem comes to this place to eat every 100 years or so. Because in its normal form, the Bellylord Kim O'Kayem fills 95% of the universe, don't ask, it will have to change its form to a minuscule version of itself. Kim O'Kayem doesn't lose its powers in that form, but it is my belief that a surprise attack might deal significant damage to it. We may have more time or we may have less, but in the meantime I want at least 100 million volunteers and your best scientists for my war efforts. You will be translating my blueprints to a human understandable format and constructing lasers, particle beams, meson cannons, plasma grenades, microwave beams and anything else that will deal damage to that laws of physics defying monstrosity Kim O'Kayem. Volunteers should report to the municipalities or communities leader's office. End of transmission. None of the entities presented in this commentary are humans, and the events described here may not have actually happened. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, so we are playing Aurora 4X. I have actually played this a little bit before, and what sparked me to make this commentary was Alpha P Omega's commentary of this game. But I will try to role play it like that, and we will create a new game from scratch. So, I didn't really think of a name for this game. Earth is conquered. Perhaps just conquered Earth. Yes, conquered Earth. Starting year. Let's not do anything with it. We shall reduce the maximum number of systems to 500. I don't think it actually really affects performance, but just in case it does, I want less systems. And actually now that, so that I won't forget, we shall not have a computer-controlled empires. Because, well, my computer is 10 years or so old and it can't handle this game. It is so processor intensive and stuff. And I have to run this in Windowns and in a weird resolution. Because, well, this game uses weird resolutions and I don't have a full HD monitor. and wine doesn't appear to run this. So, Empire title, Empire of Mikko MM, of course, and, well, just Empire for short. And species name Human and Earth. And player, government type, we shall be playing as a dictatorship. What this does is... I'm not really sure myself. Well, it gives some stats for military and... I don't know, military effectiveness, perhaps? But there is, of course, no such stat, but you know what I mean. It does something. Difficulty modifier doesn't really matter since we don't have NPRs enabled. Main Empire theme, we shall actually use... actually, Empire of Mikko MM is the newest one. And a conventional empire. This means that... I should explain. The empire theme is the naming scheme for such things like ship classes and the officer ranks and stuff. But I didn't really get those officer ranks and ship names at least to work. I don't know. We shall use English commando theme. This means that they will be named after English names. And then we shall not touch the species tolerance. Because we are, of course, the conquerors of humans, not some other species. Population shall be 500 million. It might affect performance, and I don't want my performance to suffer, so we shall not use 7 billion or anything like that. But manufacturing sector is still that 100 million that I was talking about in my introduction. We shall not be touching those. However, since Mikko MM is giving blueprints, finished blueprints for the humans, well, that should affect the research rate. So we shall actually use how much? We shall use 60. So 15 times more the research rate, pretty much. And no additional shipyards, I don't think. We shall actually buy those. And I think... At least Alpha Big Omega said that this conventional start won't work without the no missile base for conventional start. And soul jump points should be more than 6. And we shall not touch these because, well, we are just... in the year 2025, so really we shouldn't have those kinds of, well, perhaps system body survey, but well, I want to show how it's done. And it's really almost entirely automated, so there's no need to touch that. We shall use extra galactic invaders. I haven't ever run into actually any enemies. And we shall use the solar system. That's pretty self-explanatory. It creates... we start the game in our solar system with all the planet and asteroid names and stuff. And we shall not touch these. But they are to make the game easier or something, but I want all of the features enabled that my computer can handle. And this construction cycle time, I didn't talk about that yet. It's the primary time unit. 5 days, I believe, is the default one. And 5 seconds is in the combat that the game, the time, smallest amount of time the game uses. And this creates a random number of comments, I believe, for my system. Then these are actually I should have looked into what these do. I know, of course, it explains what they do here, but do they give? If they are not enabled, do I get the option to promote my officers at will? Because that's actually something I would like to do. Let's see if Audacity is recording. Yes, it is. I just want to double check and triple check and stuff. And yes, these are for realism sort of things, and visual, so you can read about those yourself. If you really want a tutorial, well, Alpha B Omega's playlist is at least the beginning explains a lot of stuff. Of course, I try to do some of these myself, but at least the most important things, the things you need to know so that you understand what is going on. And there is one more, I think, at the moment, tutorial or something of this game. How I did say I wouldn't pressurize my computer too much, but this is too well, I want at least some realism. However, the fleet movement isn't. Should I get into this game already? Okay, at least let's generate it, and we shall talk about it some more while it is generating it. So we how the ships move, they use very straightforward paths. That isn't really realistic, but this game is pretty massive already, so I don't know. I would like to have realistic movements and stuff, but well, it might be too much for my processor anyway, so I wouldn't even be able to use it if it was there. I can actually change these here. I don't think I could have changed them in the new game menu thing. Yes, these are pretty much the same options you saw here. And we shall not be using any Space Master passwords. That is what this SM stands for, by the way. And no disasters. I'm still a beginner in this game. This version, by the way, seems pretty buggy to me. But I think I have tried some earlier versions, but they are also buggy. But anyway, here is the main screen. No, I shouldn't say main screen, but the start screen. But the sort of main screen, the place where at least I spend most of my time, is the screen that I get with F3. And let's resize this window. You can't see everything. And I want you to see everything. So, like that or something. So, pretty convoluted already, isn't it? Well, this is our solar system. It shows pretty much every discovered. I don't know. Probably there are more, but many asteroids and stuff. So here is Earth, and here is the Sun and Mercury, Venus, Mars, and so on. Here are some display settings, and here's the time incrementation. This game is turn-based, as I already told you, but you can specify how much time will pass. So the first thing we are going to do is go to race details, because I don't like my the image for my species, this default image. We shall use a custom image. That's Mikko MMM, if you didn't know. And that's my flag for this empire. And what is this actually? Set the level of racial training. Default is 1. Each level adds 100 to grade points of academy crewmen. Academies produce 1,000 divided by training level crewmen per or women per year. Max level is 5. Grade bonus. Would that add to the stats? Because at least the administration scores in the first 55 or so years I've played this game in my longest running game. I didn't get I mean officer ranks. I didn't get very high officer ranks, so perhaps that's how I could change that. And this I can't even touch. I don't need to change the commander naming beams, and we shall change the empire color to black because well, that's pretty much the color of my armor and the color of the Devastator. This is, by the way, an image of the Devastator attacking a minuscule Kimmokeum. Some sort of an artistic depiction of that. Here I could select a background music. However, I will not be using one. You shall have to use your own musics, by the way. So this game doesn't have sounds. I should really point that out. So if you can't stand just me talking, because I don't like the content ID system of YouTube, which marks my videos. Even if I use public domain music, it will mark my videos as copyright infringing stuff. It's really aggravating with that content ID system of YouTube, and I pretty much in all of my videos in which I don't have any music, I am protesting against it. So that's my reasoning. So what else? Ah, yes. We shall actually head to the industrial production screen. This, by the way, shows it's in a small font because, well, I had to reduce the font so that everything else would fit into the screen, and this isn't fitting here. Now it's here. So that shows the year where racial wealth. That's not important right now, but if it goes negative at some point. By the way, it's here. You could see my expenditures and my tax levels and how much I get in. Well, any other sorts of types of incomes. If it goes negative, it will start affecting my production level. How much minerals? Of course, I don't have them any in stockpiles because I haven't been mining them, and so actually we can't really do anything here. Manage shipyards. There's no activity there. Good. Should I actually be explaining what these tabs do? Because it's pretty important, of course. Okay, we shall tutorialize. Feel free to skip this if you already know these things. Here you can see, actually, here's a list of my populated systems. I only have, and they are sorted by the system we're in. I only have Earth, and it has 500 million population, and it's my race is the human race capital. And we have administration level required. Well, we'll get into that at some point. Let's see, annual wealth creation. That's probably what. No, it's the starting wealth here. Perhaps it means how much I get each year. I don't know. Here's how the population is divided into sectors. Because of our infrastructure, I think, is it here somewhere? Well, because it's Earth-like, let's say like that, and this is actually a good, I think at least, it tells how close it's to habitable without any stuff. So because this is 0 and stuff, we only need 5% in the agriculture and environmental. If this was not Earth-like and stuff, I think at least it will require more population in the agriculture and environmental sector. I don't know actually what this service industries thing does. And manufacturing is pretty much what we really are looking at. what we really need. And here's the breakdown of that manufacturing sector. Shipyard workers, I think it has something to do with how fast I can produce ships in my shipyards. Maintenance workers, I I haven't really got into maintenance of my ships, but it probably has something to do with those. Construction workers probably has to do with my construction speed here. Here is my build point. Actually, I didn't know there's a tooltip here. Manufacturing efficiency. Okay, so we have that kind of thing here, there, and rates, different rates for furthermore increase my construction rates in different sectors of production. We have a worker shortage. I don't think I have had this thing here before. Scientists, well, it has probably to do with how fast I research. And protection level. I am not a good tutorializer. I don't know myself about this game. Anything, pretty much. Of course. Well, I do know somewhat. Well, this is pretty self-explanatory, I think, at least. I know. When I built some warships, this actual protection level rose. So I think it has something to do with how likely the aliens are going to attack this place and stuff. Of course, they have to find it first. And we don't even have many aliens. I should have explained what those other races, other options do when I was there, but anyway. Geological team survey, we'll get into that later. That's not important right now, but it actually seems to start as completed. Military academies, effective rate you can get officers and scientists. Deep Space Tracking Station gives, I think it tracks electromagnetic and what's the other one? Infrared? What's... I don't even have that thing researched, so I don't know what it is. Heat signatures, I think, something like that. It tracks those things. It's the best tracking is gravitational. I believe it's the active tracking thing, but this is passive, but it has huge strength, I believe, at least. While passive trackers in onboard ships have something like 2. Well, that's only an example of a possible strength. They might have 20 or so. That's well, you can manage with that for quite a while, I think. This has, however, it starts with 250 strength. And it means it can track things at the range of 250,000. I believe the wiki and stuff didn't and the forums didn't really answer me when I was looking at this. It might, I might be talking just getting things out of my